You don't say the one! Okay, let's go.
I don't watch iCarly, okay?
Okay, we're live. Let's go.
I had better things to watch, like
All right.
SpongeBob SquarePants.
Welcome, everyone. Today
Hi.
we have a new special guest with us, Mr. Nexo.
Hello, everyone.
Oh,
Go
I
ahead
got a
and
notification.
introduce yourself.
Oh, okay. I'm next.
Hi, Nux.
Hi. Hi, everybody. I am Nex O'Wright. I'm a musician. I've worked with Kay here before on Piper Star. I don't know what else to say. I like David Bowie.
Wonderful introduction.
Yes.
All right.
So, a few questions for you.
Okay.
So, what got you into music?
Let's see. I think my first experience really with music started in maybe fourth grade when it was like they're like, okay, you need to play the recorder. I said, why? They said because. And I started playing the recorder, and in the same room they had like little keyboards that I would like just doodle on, and I just doodle on it, and then I never really got anywhere until maybe like 2 years later when I really started playing the piano in our house, and I just kept playing and kept playing. Eventually I was like, oh, I'm making my own stuff here. This is pretty cool. And then so I think I started playing piano maybe like 4 or 5 years ago, then started on guitar and bass like I think 3 years ago. And I've learned a couple of other things like ukulele, mandolin, harmonica. So I've had quite a varied experience. It's pretty cool.
All right. Where would you say that you draw inspiration from when you write music?
Oh, the 60s. Every
Oh,
single
really?
day. The 60s. Oh, yeah. Dude, 60s was like, that was peak pop music for me. I listen to the 60s probably every day and probably I learned something every day about the 60s music scene. Like, of course, when you talk about the 60s, you have to talk about the Beatles because, I mean, that's a given. Beatles were so big and they pushed the boundaries of what pop music could be, and that's a real inspiration to me when I look at stuff. But really just vintage rock in general, vintage music like 70s music and 60s music. After that, it's the inspiration starts lessening, but the 70s and the 60s, way groovy, dude.
That's interesting.
And film scores as well. I really like classical and film scores.
Yes, me too. All right, up next. What is your favorite instrument timbre-wise?
My favorite instrument, what?
Like timbre, like the
Timbre.
sound of.
Sorry,
Oh,
I was
okay.
thinking of something else. I said that, I was like,
That was like he slipped into an alien language. I had no idea what he was saying. He said, What is your favorite instrument?" And I had no idea what happened there. But
can you
my
repeat
favorite,
that, please? All right.
yeah. Okay, my favorite instrument is definitely piano. I'm the best at piano, and there's a lot of stuff that I'm just better at piano than say like guitar and bass. It's just a much more varied instrument. You can play just the chords, you can play the melody, you can play both at the same time. It's always fun. I play the piano every day.
Me too.
All right, I have a fun question for you. Now, some
Shoot.
people may not know this, but for some reason, you have an affinity for using the saxophone in a lot of the songs that you make.
Oh
for
boy, here
Paper
we go.
Star. Tell
It's
us about
beginning.
tell us about why you use the saxophone so much.
It's a saxophone. That's why, because saxophone is one of the most beautiful instruments ever. It's just like a piano in that you can use it in so many different musical contexts, harmonic contexts. Like you can go and listen to any vinyl from the 30s and listen to all of the jazz, and you're like, ooh, okay, that's jazzy. But then you get to other things like the stuff I create, and you start introducing more electronic stuff, and like if you go listen and a good, let me think. There's a good song by the Pink Floyd, called "Us and Them," which it's a beautiful, beautiful song, which uses a saxophone. And on that same album, we're talking about the Dark Side of the Moon here. And it has Money, and Money has this very, very like lavish. It's supposed to represent rich people and how they suck. Anyway, but the saxophone solo is really energetic, sounds very lavish, and then on the very next song, Us and Them, it's used in that kind of progressive jazzy is the only way I can describe it. Progressive jazzy way, and then it just flows like water from note to note. It's so beautiful.
All right. This is a good one. What's your favorite OST for video games?
That is a good question, and it probably comes down to a tie. Yeah, it probably comes down to like a three-way tie, because I'm like that, and screw you, three-way tie. But it's probably a tie between Earthbound from 1995, Undertale from 2015, and the Deltarune soundtracks from more recent years. But I think Earthbound is my favorite, because I think that's just where I get a lot of instrumentation ideas from, like arranging ideas, just because Earthbound was like the Beatles. I mean, they took a lot of inspiration from the Beatles, but they were in the same vein. They pushed the boundaries of what you could do with like video game music, because it's, say you go into Earthbound and you do a battle, you listen to the music in the background, and it doesn't quite sound like music, but you know it's music, and then it takes a sharp turn and then goes directly back to where it was. It's hard to describe, but it's something that really, it's near and dear to my heart. That last song on the soundtrack, "Smiles and Tears," is it's named well, because it's a real tearjerker once you get through the entirety of the game. It's very nice.
So playing off of what you said about Undertale potentially being tied with that soundtrack, what's your favorite song from the Undertale OST? Because mine changed recently. It used to be Battle Against a True Hero, but I recently listened to the full soundtrack again, and now I would say Dummy beats it out. And then just the Undertale OST, I think it was number 70 something, just like the end credits. It's so beautiful.
Oh, Bring It On In, guys. That's what that one's called. That's a really good one. That is a good question, and I don't have too much things that'll tie, because I know what it is. I would say Fallen Down Reprieve. I think that's it works very, very well within the context in which it plays, the scene in which it plays, and the samples that Toby Fox uses for that game are just phenomenal, man. He uses like 76% of them come from Earthbound, and he uses, I'm pretty sure in that song alone, Fallen Down Reprieve, he uses only stuff from Chrono Trigger and Earthbound, and it works really, really well. And the song, I play it on my piano maybe twice a week, because it's just that good, man. It's so great. It's so beautiful.
All right, we have Gabe joining us in the chat.
Okay.
All right.
Hi, Gabe. How do I see it? Can I see the chat somehow?
He asks, what film score that isn't from Disney or Marvel do you believe is the greatest?
Disney or Marvel?
Not Disney or Marvel.
Oh, not Disney or Marvel. That's what I said.
Okay.
That's not what I said. Greatest soundtrack from, like, okay, there's a DVD I have of a collection of cartoons based off of the Dr. Seuss books, and the music is way too good for it than it has any right to be. Like, it's weird. Like the Lorax has a bunch of funky numbers in it that are just really good. Like when they go into the factory, there's a lot of sad ones too. But it's done really well because they use this. I forget the name of the group, but it's like a barbershop quartet that they use of 2 women and 2 guys, and they use it for all of the cartoons. But it still sounds so good, man.
Ah. So John Powell?
John Powell's pretty good.
Yeah.
He's pretty good.
When you were talking about when you were talking about like Dr. Seuss, it just got me thinking about like a John Powell movie score for Hear the Who, which has no right being as incredible as it is.
No, I don't mean the new ones. I mean these are hand-drawn animations. So like mine contains Dr. Seuss,
so
the Grinch is the those I really like all of those.
Okay.
I have those. I watch that probably every other month because there's an orchestral piece in one of them called Grinch Night that has way too amazing orchestration for kids media. It's like the drama in that piece is perfect. That's what I love. I love drama.
All right. So, tell us about the songs you wrote for the Piper Star soundtrack.
Well, I remember the first one I did was Still So Much to Know, right? That was the first one I did. And Kay came up to me and they said, I need you to remix this. And so I said, how do you want me to remix it? They said, do you do electro swing? I'm like, dude, I do that like every other day. Heck yeah. And I went in and it slowly you'll constantly find this throughout my music. It'll start how they want me to make it, and then it'll just slowly devolve into like an RPG soundtrack. It's commonly how it goes with a couple of the early ones. And the next one I did was Sword Training. That really homed in on the kind of RPG feeling. What was the next one that I did? Was it Finding the Answers after that?
I believe so, and that's one of the most well-known ones. I say well-known, but
that's probably
both of the other ones.
Yeah, that was my favorite for a long time, simply because of the instrumentation that I used. That I had to shorten that sample of the first that descending riff in the very beginning. That was something from Earthbound. I use a lot of sound fonts from SNES games, Super Nintendo games, and they work really well. And a couple of them, they don't for a couple of them. So some of them are like all real instruments, some of them are all not. And the next one I think was the school ones.
Oh yeah, those are pretty good.
The school tracks were fun to make. I made the first one, and the kid said, "Hey, make 3 more." And I said, "Okay." And they said, "Better yet, make them all completely different." I said, "Okay, here we go." So I cracked my fingers and I got to work, and I did one. I remember the second one, that kind of like lo-fi-ish one, was very like I wanted to make an electronic version of Blackbird by the Beatles, which is a strange thing to think. But when you listen to it and you listen to Blackbird, they both have this kind of constant tapping in the background, which in Blackbird is McCartney's shoe. He's just tapping a shoe along to the tune, and that's kind of what I did with the second one. And the third one, which is Kay's favorite, I believe, the funky one, I was just listening to a lot of samba music, and I was like, I can make this work. So I just put it's basically like samba if it met an elevator, and they made music out of it.
That's a beautiful way to word it.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna regret that wording sooner or later. But the fourth one's probably my favorite arrangement. That was another Beatles-inspired one. Go and listen to Eleanor Rigby. You can see a lot of ties from that. And the next one was Precipice.
Yes.
This is going to take a long time to get through, but the next one was Precipice. Precipice doesn't have that much backstory to it. I just saw a YouTube video that had like a cool guitar riff with delay, and I kind of took inspiration from that, and then I put it in the song. And when I was listening to Pink Floyd, I was like, you know what, we're just going to put a couple of panning synths in here, which I thought that was a cool idea. Like it goes in your left ear and then echoes in your right ear. It goes back and forth and back and forth. I thought that was a cool idea. And then of course we get to the saxophone solo, end of story. And the next one is, what is the next one? Let me pull it up. I have them all in a playlist. The next one is nope, Slaka Ranch. I completely forgot about these next two. Slaka Ranch and Town of whatever. I can't pronounce that. For context, I name none of the Piper Star songs. I just turn them in as like Piper Star Cave Song, Piper Star Dramatic Music, parenthetical, and Kay turns them into these very hard to pronounce names. So I can't. Sometimes when I'm talking to close ones, I'm like, "Hey, look, I made this." They're like, "What does that mean?" I said, "I don't know." And so, okay, yeah, Slaka Ranch isn't one of my favorites. It's grown on me a little bit. It's not my least favorite. That's also that's inspired by Us and Them, the song I mentioned earlier with the beautiful sax. That it had like discordant chords, like chords that were there to create tension, but like they had like meditative properties, if you know what I'm saying. Like, they're there for a reason. They're calming. And then what's the next one? Town of D. We'll call it the Town of D. Town of D was I hate that song. I don't like it. Looking back on it, I really don't like it. Like the strings feel out of tempo ever so slightly to me. And also, did I mention how I think that song is haunted?
What?
What made you say that?
Okay, so when I was creating the song, I feel like I've said this before, maybe in a Piper Star meeting, but I'll say it here. When I was making Town of D, I had gotten to like, huh?
Oh, I just remembered. Keep going.
Okay, yeah, okay. I had gotten to where it was the return of the clarinet, I think. Da 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 da. What happened when I was making that part, I played it over to make sure it was okay. Apparently some glitch happened in the computer that like summoned a demon itself, because I'm pretty sure every second of audio played at the same time, and it made my ears hurt for an hour, and I refused to go back to the computer because I thought it's going to happen again. It's going to happen again, and I'm going to go deaf. And it scared the absolute shit out of me, and it was quite the experience. But that's one of the numerous reasons I don't really care about it.
Oh,
I had a moment like that.
Which was the one you were working on where your power went out?
I think that's the next one.
No,
yep.
That's
the Forest Dark. The Forest Dark. Okay, so what had happened was it was raining very hard, and I think a nearby lightning bolt had taken out the power. Like halfway through, I was making I forgot the name already. What the heck?
The Forest Dark.
The Forest Dark. That's what I said. And by the way, let me mention, I think I'm really proud of the Forest Dark. I think it's a good arrangement. I think it's a good composition. I thought I did well with it. I really like it. It's probably my favorite thing I've made for Piper Star.
Yeah, that's a good one. And the way that you worked with what we gave you, we basically just said Phantom of the Opera, but
You said Phantom of the Operas, and you said a requirement was Tubular Bells.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That's what I remember. You said make it like Phantom of the Opera. It requires Tubular Bells. I can make this work. Power goes out. I'm like, oh, but Jesus. And I finished it in the dark. I finished the song with bare bone internet connection with the hotspot from my phone. And I made it, and I messaged it. I forwarded it to Kay, in case I told her, I said, I just finished this in the dark. And they're like, that's awful, but I'm glad I have the song. And then they said, I hope the power comes back on. And then 5 seconds later, it came on, and I texted Kay. I said, I'm scared of you.
What?
And then the power flickered again as soon as I sent that.
Oh,
It's like, oh my god, they heard me.
that's terrifying.
The next one is Philum Mortis, which is, yeah, I think that's a really good one too. I think I did well with that. The story behind that was, Pro came to me. He said, hey, Nex. Or rather, he said, hey, Nex! I need you to get this, I need you to make something for a character we have called the blah blah blah. I can't give it away. But, they said, can you just make this, with this kind of vibe? And I said, okay. And I went in and I was like, okay, I haven't made music in a little bit, so I want to kind of warm up. I warm up sometimes. I make like little ditties and then forget about them, just like as warm-up tunes. And this Philum Mortis started as a warm-up tune. It started as a project I had left on my computer for maybe a year and like 1.75 years. And I went back to it. I'm like, I'll finish this for a warm-up. And then I finished it and I was like, oh my god, this works. This works with what Pro has given me. So I gave it to Pro, and I remember him listening to it. I messaged him, I was like, how does it sound? He goes, I'm getting into it. And then he texted, he said, oh my god, this is really good. I was like, thank you. And then he texted me something I'll never forget. It was a very sweet thing to say. He said, I'm going to stop asking you for just music because you obviously create something much more. That touched me. I thought that was very sweet. But it also messed with me because I'm like, oh god, my expectations are high.
I just want to mention, I love your freaking oh crap, what's it called? Your impression of Pro.
Yeah, I can't speak after that. That hurt my throat. I need to not do that. What was the next? Is there anything else that I've given you? Nope, nothing else that I can't reveal here.
Alright.
Yeah, that's what I've made for Piper Star, and it's a really cool project. Go check it out.
Yeah. Also, I edited the description, so if you go to the very, very bottom, you can find the Piper Star OST, if anyone wants to check that out.
Oh yeah, check it out.
Very
It's
nice.
great.
I also have a playlist on my channel where it has all the things that I've made from Piper Star. So if you want to go check that out, you may.
Mm-hmm. I have a couple songs on the OST. I think like 5, roughly.
Mm-hmm. And they all sound wonderful.
Yeah. Also, I've noticed just how many Pokemon piano tutorials we've been doing lately.
We've got a lot.
And
It's
we
up to
have
me
a
to
lot
it's
more.
up to me to break that streak.
As well.
It's up to me to break that streak. I'll play some Undertale music for you.
Well, speaking of Pokemon, do you have a favorite song from the Pokemon soundtrack? Because a lot of the games have really good background OSTs.
Yeah, Pokemon has some good music here and there, but I never got into Pokemon when I was a kid. I'd say probably my favorite song is probably like I probably don't know the name, but probably that little water town with the very sweet music. I don't.
Oh, that one.
Yeah, what is that one?
I'm gonna embarrass myself.
Because
that-
that's. I used to be able to.
It's the
play that.
first town. In Gen 3, I think. I don't remember.
I think that's a very nice little arrangement, and I used to be able to play it, and then I forgot about it. I should
Little
learn to play that
Root. That's
again.
what it was called, right?
Yeah, I think the Little Root theme is very sweet. It's very nice.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Oh yeah, I started doing a cover of it, but then I couldn't think of anything interesting straight the song, so I just kind of put that aside.
Yeah, it's a very nice little song, but I never got into Pokemon as a kid. I'm still not that into it.
Oh, I just noticed we had a question from Gabe. He asks, for the Piper Star soundtrack, what was the one song you had difficulty making?
That is a good question. Well, besides my ears nearly being deafened with Town of D, let's see here. What was the one I did? What was the one I had the most problems making? That is a great question. And I would say probably Still So Much to Know.
Oh, really?
I'd say
The first one?
Because it was the first thing I'd ever done, and I didn't know quite how it would turn out, and if you would like it and keep me on the team. And then it came out, and like by the time I was finishing that one, the Wi-Fi was going out, so some of the notes weren't in their right place. They were just sounding strange, so I had to wait till I got to a place with proper connection, so that when I delivered it, it didn't sound like an 8-bit operation system. So, yeah, Still So Much to Know was probably the one I had the most difficulty with, but other than that, not a lot of difficulty. Thank you, Gabe.
I remember when you first sent me sword training.
Mhm.
I remember.
Here we go.
Liked the bongos.
Yeah, Kay has a thing for bongos here. I sent it, and it was a good arrangement at the time. I still think it's okay. But Kay moved past all of that and said, you know what really makes this shine? Bongos.
I think I just sent him in all capital text, just bongo.
So you said, oh my god, the bongos. That's what you said.
I like some good bongos, like casual bongos. It's just it's nice.
Casual bongos.
Yeah,
Thank
just
you for
have
selecting casual
bongos with your exotic butters. Like, come on.
Exotic butters.
Let's keep the
Conga action going
let's
on
keep the FNAF references to a minimum. Okay.
All right.
And then what about Donkey Konga and Tycho?
Tycho's pretty cool. I never played Tycho or Donkey Konga. So yeah.
I just remember playing super bizarre Donkey Konga 2 specifically. Like they had freaking, I forgot what the piece is called, but they used it in Up, the one that goes like dun 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 dun.
That's Carmen. That's Carmen. That's a classical
Carmen
piece.
opera. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it has a name.
Hold on. That.
Habanera.
I can look that up and see.
It's habanera.
It's habanera? Okay.
What
That's what I said.
That's
That's what I
I
said.
think.
Freaking Donkey Konga 2
How much
had
faster I should know this.
Headstrong, which was like a really heavy punk rock song, and you're playing Donkey Konga bongos to it.
That's lovely. It's lovely.
It's a really weird soundtrack.
I'd pay money for that.
Oh, we have another question from Gabe. Go ahead and read that, T.
Oh, there. It says, if
Okay.
I know, oh no. If you'd probably hate me for this question, but if you weren't allowed to use the saxophone in anything you can make forever, what instrument would you replace it with?
Nothing.
I quit.
Here until the end of time. But what would I replace it with? That's a good question. Probably like I don't know.
English horn.
Get out.
English horn's pretty
No.
good though.
Like
I
wait.
love it.
Okay. I'm confused. They want me to replace it with what? Like, do they want me to replace it with a specific
Gator
instrument?
says I'd replace a saxophone with the alto saxophone.
Okay, that's well, if we're taking it that way, I want a growl sax.
No, you can't use the saxophone.
that.
You gotta
What's your
replace it
favorite?
with something else.
What's your favorite type of saxophone, though? Because I'm very akin
Oh shoot,
to
don't say the wrong
soprano
answer.
Tenor saxophone.
Tenor.
Probably the most
Respectable.
versatile.
Respectable. I'm soprano sax myself because I have one. and don't know how to play it.
You guys
Right.
ever heard of piccolo sax?
No.
Yes, I have.
What is that supposed to be?
It's so cute. It sounds like it's just tooting a horn.
Very
It doesn't
small.
sound like a saxophone at all.
But yeah, what would I replace a saxophone with?
Bass clarinet.
Probably a clarinet. Actually, yeah. Now that I think about it, clarinets have a lot of clarinets
That's
are
a
really
verb.
good. I wish I could use clarinets more often because they have a lot of potential.
Oh, dude. Whenever I think of like a good clarinet sound, I always just think back to when I was in high school. I was out in wind ensemble, and the best clarinetist in the school, like our first chair clarinet and wind ensemble, like she was fantastic. And we had this one piece we played called Italian Rhapsody, and in the very beginning, the clarinet has a solo with a pitch bend in it, and it's so cool.
Huh.
I've been to New Orleans, and there's this lovely clarinet player there named I think her name is Miss Doris. I wish I could call her name because she's probably the best clarinet player I've ever seen in my life. And she doesn't do it professionally. She just goes out on the street and jams with people. And I have a video, and it's so good. She's wonderful. She's a wonderful clarinet player.
Every time I think
No,
of clarinet, I think of Rhapsody in Blue. The opening.
I don't know why, but for a moment I thought you were going to say, when I think of clarinet, I think of Squidward.
No.
When I think of clarinet, I probably think of like the Nightmare Before Christmas soundtrack, or the opening to Waltz of the Flowers.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Bum, bum, bum,
My band-
That's pretty. We played that in
But,
orchestra,
my
but we were
band
too bad. What?
No, I
What were
was
you
just
saying?
saying that my band director was a clarinet player, but in my entire 4 years of going to school there, she never once played anything for us. So I don't know if she was good or not, but
No, of course not.
She literally never played ever. She would just talk about it.
Y'all are bad. I'm better than you.
Yeah.
Play something.
Phony.
I don't think I will.
What a phony.
I choked on my
Our
water earlier.
Oh, I just saw you put that in the chat.
Is there a way I can see the chat? Because I don't.
Yeah, if you go to the
if you pull up
stream.
the stream, yeah, if you pull up the stream and mute it, then you can just see the chat.
Oh, okay. Oh, I see it. Okay.
Yeah, our assistant band director was a euphonium player.
Interesting.
He was good, but he just liked to show off a lot. So, like, we'd
I
come
hate
into
that.
class and he's like, hey, I want to play something for you. And he'd show off and then just be like, all right, now you guys can play your thing. And he'd just have, like, this air of just kind of like, yeah, it's not going to top what I did, though. He just
I
had
guess that's
that
what
vibe
band
to
is
him
like.
all the time.
Cause band.
Okay, orchestra kid.
Yeah,
The
my
infamous
orchestra
stories
teacher
that
be like,
happen in the music room.
that's not in tune. Play it again. It's not in tune. Fix it. You don't know if that's too high or too low? Oh my gosh. That was my experience.
No, freaking my band director, like some kids, like they did not understand the concept of tuning, even though they've been in band since 5th grade. So like, my band director would be like, okay, everyone play a note, listen to the person next to you, and adjust to be in tune, right? So they
Right.
start playing, and she's like, okay, someone's out of tune, check yourself. And then she's like, no one's adjusting anything, assume it's you.
Yeah.
Gator 1638 has chosen to respond to your emergency as good bearish.
Parish. Gators, get out of here. Wait, actually, didn't
Gator
you
said
play
Gator said
some bone?
his purpose for being here is sidetracking our conversation.
That's what he does, though.
That's what he said.
Didn't
okay,
he play?
Steve.
You didn't play. He played freaking what's it called? French horn. He played something because you told me. I don't
He says
remember what
no.
it was. No?
Oh, yes. I have a question for you.
You
Ah,
do?
Let's get back on track.
All right.
You have a
so
question?
here's my
Oh no!
Da,
If you
da,
could only
da,
select one
da.
of the two following genres of music that you could listen to for the rest of your life and no other genre, would you choose African folk music or hardcore country?
Define hardcore country.
Hardcore country, a dude singing about how he loves his tractor.
That's not hardcore country.
No, like
Hardcore country is actual. I know hardcore country. Listen, if you go back and listen to like the band Alabama, and you go back and listen to some of the old Eagles stuff, their earlier stuff, that's hardcore country, and that's good music. So I'm gonna go with hardcore country.
Okay, what if it's like that really crappy country? Where
You talk about like new. You talk about like new country hip hop, like.
Like there was this one dude who had a song called "Don't Touch My Truck."
What?
He was saying like, "You can take
I know
my
a better
weed,
one.
you can take my girl, you can do whatever.
I know
just
a
don't
better
touch
one.
my truck." And then he.
I know a better one called. I know a better one called the Honky Tonk Badonkadonk. That's a real song. Go look it up. She was a honky tonk.
See, that's why I don't go over there.
Next, that makes me want that. I want you to DM me that so I can look it up later.
I will. I promise. I promise.
That sounds amazing.
I'm gonna write that down so I don't forget. Hold on. Oh,
Okay.
You're in for
Gabe
a
is
treat.
asking, I know I asked
Ooh.
about what you think is the best listen to.
Worst
I think
soundtrack if you listen.
Is the worst soundtrack I've ever listened to.
Yes.
That is a good question. And there's a couple of different ways to look at it. You can look at is it boring? Is it a musical? Is it purely a soundtrack? What is the worst soundtrack ever heard? This. Would you like to share yours so I can think about mine?
Yeah, mine is really easy. It was from a game. I can't remember if it was on Atari or not. I think it was either Atari or NES. No, it was on SNES. It was a Bullwinkle game, and the soundtrack is so bad.
Okay. So we're counting video game OST soundtracks as well.
Yeah, just like any track.
Okay, go and watch
So bad.
the JonTron video called Plug and Plays. There's like one of those like 15,001 game consoles that he buys and he sees it, and there's this one fish game that has like an 8-second loop of music, and that's it. That's the entire game, and it's awful. I guess that's the worst soundtrack I've ever heard, but I mean, like, movie-wise, I don't know. I don't think there is a worst soundtrack. I mean, I can go look at my DVDs real quick.
No, I just remembered another really horrible one.
Okay, sure.
You guys remember that really infamous E.T.?
Oh yeah.
Oh, the E.T.
I remember
game?
That soundtrack isn't even music. It's so confusing.
I don't know. Everything I think of, I'm like, oh no, that had a good piece of it. It's good. But, like, I don't know. I don't think there is like a really bad soundtrack. I think there's only boring soundtracks, and that's where you go wrong.
Alright, so what's the boring one?
That's also a good question. I don't know. I don't care for a lot of like medieval games, like medieval, like, I mean, Dark Souls is pretty cool, but like anything that is like super like generic RPG or super generic game concept. Yeah, Gator. Yeah, the worst OST ever is Undertale. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, it's awful. But I can't say that and keep a straight face. Screw you, Gator. But I think the worst ones are just the most generic game concepts. I won't fight you, Gator, though.
I will.
No, we do not fight. We do not harm, we harmonize.
We don't harm, we harmonize.
We do not live to harm, we live in harmony.
I sent the punching emojis.
What?
Well,
What?
now,
Who's
okay,
punching?
now I have to reply to this guy. We do not harm, we harmonize. That's a pretty cool quote that I just said. 'Cause I'm
That is.
That could be really potentially deep if, like, some English teacher put that up on a board and said, like, next O-Write on, what's today's date? Next O-Write on Monday, May 3rd, 2022 said, we do not harm, we harmonize.
That's the quote of the century right there.
That's gonna be in the start of a book one day.
I know on a mug. A coffee mug.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I could totally be a thing. Yeah, I could totally be a thing. With the classical music logo on it.
I'll get on that.
Wait, what are we doing? I'm lost. I'm here. I'm just here.
We're gonna turn your fantastic quote into a coffee mug, but no, continue.
No, totally. I'm all for it. It's a. I think, in my not so humble words, I think it's a great quote.
All right, we have maybe 15 minutes left, I'd say.
Yep.
We better hurry up and go.
We gotta. All right, what do we want to talk about? Anybody have any questions? Go ahead and ask them in the chat over there.
Please, we have to hurry.
Yeah, we're speedrunning answering questions. Let's go.
I thought of one.
All right, go. Hurry.
So you were talking about your. Oh my goodness. So you were talking about your affinity for the Beatles, correct?
Indeed.
This is going to be a very difficult question, but what is your favorite Beatles song of all time?
Oh, Hey Jude. Easy. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I think it's very. Or actually, no, I take it back. It's probably Blackbird.
Okay, I was about to say.
Okay. Although I wasn't
That's my
expecting that one.
Blackbird will stand. It's one of those songs that it's gonna stand the test of time, like from here until 10,000 years later. It's gonna be a very popular traditional song that the very old elders play, and they're like, "This was made by a man with a bowl cut." Oh, be nice. And then I played it at a school concert for my grandpa, and he wanted to play it for a long time because that's his favorite Beatles song. And then I surprised him with it. I know how to play it on guitar now, so that's very nice.
Oh, it's cool.
It's just a very. Do you know the backstory behind that song? Do you know the backstory for that song? So, Paul McCartney, when he was on tour in America, he saw the race problems going on in America at the time during the mid-'60s, and bird was slang for a girl back then in Europe. And when he was saying "Blackbird singing in the dead of night, take these broken wings and learn to fly," he's encouraging black people and black women to just take yourself and fly away and just hold on to that hope. It's a very, very good message.
Alright, so Gabe says soundtracks from TV shows, movies, and video games are as good, if not better, than original music. Do you agree? And yes, I did go look up hot takes in music.
Wait, hold on. Okay, let me read this myself. Soundtracks from TV shows, movies, and video games are as good, if not better, than original music. What is he qualifying as original music?
Probably like artists who make music not for series or games.
So you're saying like pop stars.
I mean, I guess it would be pop stars, any independent musicians at all.
Okay. I disagree because, I mean, when you come to define good, you could say it's merit or it's influence, and they're just as equally as important. And when it comes to pop stars, they have more influence, I think. And when it comes to soundtracks to games, movies, and TV shows, it's mostly there. It's mostly popular and good for people because of its merit, because people think it's of its beauty and what it represents. But I think more pop stars influence the general population of Earth than movie soundtracks. So I think they're equally important.
All right, so you would say like they're equal.
Yes, I think they are of equal importance. They're equally good.
All right. If anyone has any other questions, we still have about 10 minutes.
If anybody wants to fight me on that point, I encourage you to step forward, Goliath. Come on.
Gators just said smash or pass.
What?
But smash or pass what?
Yeah, that's why I put the question mark. He said smash or pass.
Well, he says he's inhaling.
Oh my gosh.
Hold on. He's gonna bring up.
If he says something dumb,
something
then I'm gonna
really
ban
messed up. He's gonna say something really messed up that I'm not ready for because I don't know if I'm legally allowed to say it.
Hey guys. Would you like a fantastic music joke?
Oh.
No.
I'm getting you one anyway.
Oh,
Okay.
well, we tried.
Why is a piano so hard to open?
Because it's heavy.
I don't know. Why is a piano so hard to open?
Because the keys are on the inside.
Oh, ah!
Oh my god! I'm going to die. I'd like to share that my friend, we were eating lunch together, and my friends, we were eating lunch together, and one of my friends said, he said something just really weird, and my friend goes, dude, you're acting tritonal right now. I'm like, what the hell?
What?
It's like, what did you just say? They said, dude, you're acting really tritonal. I said, I'm gonna strangle you right here in this subway. I'm gonna. Oh my god! I left. I couldn't. I couldn't handle the fact that he. I couldn't handle the fact that he called another human tritonal.
Dude, you're gonna be a triplet when I'm done with you. I think I need to go.
Gator says XD smash or pass what broke me.
Oh. Okay, no, be serious. If you're gonna ask that question, tell us what it is.
I don't. Again, legally, I don't think I can say. I don't
Smash
think I
or
can
pass
play this
what?
game. I can't play
guys.
this game. Stop.
More jokes?
You don't want another joke.
You guys want to hear a
Why
music
was the
joke?
chicken-
Violas.
Why was the chicken let into the band?
Because he wanted to strangle everybody with violin strings. Particularly, he was tired of everybody.
Oh, you
Wow, you
nailed
got
it.
the joke right. Now it's not funny anymore.
You nailed it.
Answer it correctly.
Wait, what? Did I just correctly assume a chicken's assumptions of genocide? What am
Not even a joke anymore.
I'm lost.
I don't even remember what the joke was. Or
No,
how it
I was
started.
gonna make a 2-cent joke about the rubber chickens, but that works too, Nix.
Chickens are violent, evil creatures. That's why we eat them.
I mean,
Elden
chickens are
Ring.
descendants of dinosaurs.
Yeah,
That's
it's
true.
revenge. It's revenge for them eating our caveman.
I mean, technically, the chickens do have the hip structure of dinosaurs, so they can be classified as such.
Technically,
feed the
though, we
dinosaur.
eat those hips anyway. They're called thighs. So
Exactly, they're delicious.
I
Yeah,
like
they
thighs.
lose.
All the vegans are gonna start getting mad at us.
Okay, what's y'all's opinion of the Elden Ring
What are they gonna
soundtrack?
do?
Elden Ring soundtrack.
You're gonna peacefully
I don't know.
protest, of course.
The vegans are gonna show up skeletal and they're gonna say, "You better stop!"
I mean, it's fitting. Our mascot is a carnivore, for Pete's sake.
Yeah, because the vegans spend their time going through YouTube looking for music channels that might be non-vegan,
You're gonna get canceled.
so they can dox them and
violin is
kill them.
not vegan.
This violin
y'all
ate a
need to
chicken
shut
sandwich
up.
from Chick-fil-A yesterday.
This
Y'all better
piano
shut up.
is made with ivory.
That's not
It's made with the venom of a basilisk. It's like, that is a fictional snake. That is not a real thing.
Gabe was right. This was chaos. Kind of.
Well, towards the end.
But it still worked.
I mean, we still got time,
I'm still
though.
Yo, that
taking
means more
questions.
chaos. Let's go.
I don't have to leave for a long time. I'm up for questions.
Do we have any more questions in the chat?
All Gator has to say is Yoda and thighs.
Well, yeah, chicken thighs are delicious.
T-Style715 says, why is tea the best? That's a good question. I think whoever asked that is a genius.
Yeah.
I told
Oh, next Alright says, well, there are many reasons. It's very interesting.
Wow, and our channel that's streaming right now says enlighten us.
Enlighten us. Yo, that's my favorite channel. I didn't know they were here to watch. That's awesome.
Yo!
There's no way.
Dude! Classical music, dude, I'm so glad you're here, dude. We love your
my
piano
God.
transcriptions, dude.
There's no way.
Dude,
There's no way.
Dude, sign my thumb, dude. Sign my thumb. Sign my fingernails with putting a letter on each individual fingernail. Classical music, we should get you on one of these streams one of these days, man.
Yo, interview classical music?
Yeah.
That sounds awesome.
This is my favorite music channel on the Citadel. Okay.
Whoa.
Hopefully one day they'll interview me.
Yeah, T, let's do it right now. Let's practice. Okay, so T.
Yeah.
Alright, I'll be the interviewer. Are you ready?
Okay.
We've devolved from questions into roleplay, but here we go. So T,
Yes.
why do you like lions?
Lions?
Why do you like lions so much?
I don't know.
The Lion King!
Well, I liked lions before that. I think it all started when I thought of the idea of having a pet lion at my side.
Oh, okay, that's really stupid. Yeah, stop.
Okay.
Could you imagine if the interviewer just started cracking down on
Yeah,
their
that's not a very good
interviewees?
answer, so please shut up and we'll move on to the next
Yeah, shut up. We'll be right back after these short messages with this dummy.
I ain't coming back.
Hey guys, I don't mean to interrupt your fake interview, but the cartoon theme songs quiz that we posted just hit 1,000 views.
Woo! Yay!
I still got a 6 on that.
Woo!
Don't worry, on the next quiz, I'm gonna get all of them right.
I got almost all of them. I think the only one I didn't get was Avatar.
I made the quiz. I'm gonna
Dude,
get
I
all of
watched-
them right on the next one, though.
I
Watch me.
I commented, I said, Fraggle Rock's on here. No way! Because I watched Fraggle Rock DVDs when I was young. So when
Yeah, I know.
Oh, wow.
that bass line started playing at my, like, a key unlocked my childhood. It's like,
Get your cares away! Worries for mountain! Let music play!
down in Fraggle Rock.
No, I watched the cartoon and the puppets back in the day.
Yeah, both of them are really good. Gigi says, I don't care what you say, I get 14 out of 14.
13 and a half?
See, okay, listen, I'm going to expose him right now. He got a 13 out of 14. And here's technically a 12 out of 14. But I'm giving
You're bad.
him one of them So here's the thing. When I was making this quiz, I was sending them to Gabe, just kind of like, hey, what's this one? Hey, what's this one? And he got all but 2 of them right when I did this. And then when the quiz was finished, I showed him again, and then of course he guessed them all right because I gave him 2 of the answers. So I tell him he technically got a 13 out of 14 because I'm being generous, but he swears that it's 14 out of 14. Technically, the first time that he heard all of them, he missed at least 1. So
I'm gonna get the highest score in the next
Interesting.
quiz. Watch me not on it. Guys, you're never gonna believe it.
I scored like 5 on T's quiz.
I don't know what we're talking
My
about.
dad guessed most of them for me.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, I could probably finish my next one because sad news, everyone. The content creator AI that we use to make our videos is actually shutting down for some reason. So we're gonna have to go back to Synthesia,
Which
but we're
looks
processing
ugly.
as many videos as we can before it closes on June 3rd.
So, yeah, sad news, bad news, guys. We ran out of money. We're going bankrupt. We ran out of music to rent the pianos at the music shop. We're all starving. And yeah,
I got
might
a
have to-
wonderful idea. Why don't we start learning our arrangements and perform them ourselves? Shut up, T.
I'm not a piano player, my guy. I can't do that.
Well, I gotta do everything.
Yeah, you can learn my arrangements. Like
I'm not-
freaking Route 210.
I'm not learning Route 210.
I could learn them. It's just the fact that I don't have like recording software.
everything went silent.
Oh, I thought there was like a glitch or something.
I did too. I had to break the silence, and then there were 3. I think
Dave post
T-
on a tribute post for the poor AI. I was actually thinking of doing like a joke for that. Just because kind of like a memorial video with like super sad piano music in the background as it's showing like very desaturated, slowed down footage of it playing some of the pieces we transcribed.
It's really stupid, but okay. Yeah.
Rest in peace, creator AI. Did T vanish?
He said,
oopsie.
He yanked out his headphones.
Oh.
We are incredibly professional here.
We are like the bet. Like we're trained combatant assassins. Like don't mess with us. Like we drop our headphones from time to time, but like we will get you.
But no, Gabe is true. Like we broke that thing at least 3 separate times. Oh, one of the most recent short we posted. For some reason,
wasn't
the
it-
content creator AI like completely broke, and he was just T-posing.
What is that? Oh, okay.
That's what that was. That the
Okay.
model just broke, and it was T-posing
I'm-
at the piano, but it was still
I'm
playing.
gonna admit something right here, right now.
All right.
I did not know that you use a completely fake person to play that piano. Thought those were real people playing that music. I didn't know that.
I know for the longest time I'd seen videos made with the concert creator AI.
Hey,
and I
there
always
we go.
thought they were actual
Okay.
hands. And then T randomly was like, "Hey, we're gonna start using this," and he sent it to me, and I was like, "Wait, that's not."
Now I
real."
don't need to. Now I don't need to have like
Hey, what's the...
recording software. I can just arrange like
Hello.
stuff for you. And you can, hello, he's back.
Yeah. Guys,
Hey.
I don't know what happened. I just all of a sudden I turned around to look at my other monitor, and then my headphones just went like right out. So I plug it back in, and then I can't hear any of you. And then you guys started talking, but I couldn't be heard. We're the best. We're the best at this.
Oh, and by the way, T, I finished another song,
All right.
so there's that.
Well, it is currently 17:02. So is there anything else we should do?
We should
Oh,
breathe.
There was this one person who kept asking us to do Bianca's theme from
Oh, yeah.
Pokemon Black and White. I finished it. It's done. We just have.
Yeah. So you can
What?
shut up now.
Watch,
Oh my goodness, Nick.
Now you can be quiet.
watch me the wrong one. No, I meant the battle theme. Oh.
OST.
I mean, I replied to their comment saying, "Yo, which one? We'll get
And
on it."
they're like,
never
Bianca's
replied.
theme. Duh. Which one?
Yeah,
Yes.
and then on
What?
the next video, they just said, "Here's day 3 of asking you to
Yo,
do
we better
Bianca's."
release that like tomorrow, so they so they'll be like, yay.
Oh yeah. So Gabe was asking for the quizzes we make if we'll make full versions of all the songs, and I told him
No. No, I'm just kidding.
sing a specific song, then maybe. So Gabe, if you want us to do a full version of Running Away, go ahead and go back to that quiz video and leave a comment about it. And if it gets enough likes, then we'll do it.
We'll send
I
you
love
the
how
sheet music so you can learn it by yourself.
Yeah, definitely. I love how T immediately refused to do it. Like, if he was required to do any more of Fraggle Rock or Avatar: The Last Airbender, he would have an aneurysm.
No.
Oh, fun fact. When I was working on that quiz, I spent 7 hours arranging everything and 2 hours editing the video, by the way. So it was like 9 accumulative hours. So I'm really glad I hit the algorithm.
Mine took me 3 days, so I was lazy.
No, I did it all in one night. Like, I grinded that thing. It's like I went, like, T and I were in a call because we're really productive when we do that. And like, I was like maybe like 5 songs done, and T's like, "All right, I'm going to sleep." And then at like 7 in the morning, I send him the full complete thing. Like, who needs sleep? But no, I was actually going to do Avatar: The Last Airbender as one of them, but it's just a bunch of whole notes, and it gets kind of boring. Like, on piano, it wouldn't do it justice, and I don't think anyone would really guess it, so I just scrapped the concept for it.
DJ, you're reminding me when I took a keyboarding class after 2 years of me getting good on the piano by myself, and I played something. It wasn't that complicated, but obviously, like, a person who's just taken the keyboarding class would not be able to do it. And they said, I remember this girl turned around and she said, "Dude, why are you here?" And like semi, like, it was a compliment, but like semi it hurt. It was like,
Have any of us seen the new Kenobi show? I find it
See,
hard
you
to
did
get
not
into Star
just
Wars.
say that in the chat.
What, practice 40 hours a day?
Yeah, but who said it? You did not just.
Ling Ling!
My God.
No, wait. Is Kenobi Star Wars?
Yes.
Okay,
Why
I don't like
yeah, 'cause I
Star
don't care.
Wars. Hot take right there. I don't like Star Wars, so no, I have not seen it.
I want to get into Star Wars, but I ask, how do I get into it? And everybody's like, you're dumb. Like,
Okay, I'm sorry. I just have to point out that, like, every video where Kay is speaking, she has to give like a hot take about something that people really love.
I don't like Marvel, I don't like Star Wars, I don't like Pokemon, I don't like music.
And the next one, Kay's gonna be like, "Air is overrated. Breathe nitrogen. I cannot stand these people."
I mean, hey, nitrogen makes up most of the atmosphere.
Yeah, but you need oxygen to survive.
No, but here's the thing. I don't like Marvel, but I did see the new Doctor Strange today. I'm not going to spoil anything. I'm a Doctor Strange fan and a Benedict Cumberbatch fan, but I'm not a Marvel fan. And then with Star Wars, I despise the story. It's so stupid and boring. But if it's any saving grace, I do like the characters and the world and the concepts. Like, I think all that stuff is awesome. It's just the story itself is so bad. Heresy!
He said that when I told him my first Zelda game was Breath of the Wild.
Oh, my first Zelda game was Wind Waker, and I haven't played any others.
GJ says in the daggum meeting, she said she didn't like the book 3 of Infinity Train.
Oh yeah, hot
He
take,
says
everyone. Infinity Train drops off after season 2.
It fell off.
Convince me otherwise.
Hot take. Here's a hot take for you. Here's a hot take nobody asked.
Season
Alright.
3 of Infinity Train fell off so hard, and then I didn't even bother. Like, I think I had a season 4 or something. I didn't even bother with it.
Okay.
But like, season 1, fantastic. Season 2, pretty okay, and then season 3, ugh.
I've never seen Infinity Train, but we're gonna skip past
Me
that
neither.
fact.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna take this
How could you?
time
Here's
to
a hot take. The
advertise.
piano is a bad inducement.
Advertise. I'm tired of the hot takes. I'm tired of the hot takes.
Here's a hot take. Learn how to spell.
Here's a hot
here's
take.
a cold
Everyone
take.
stop.
Oh, would you like a cold take instead?
Give me a lukewarm take and call it a day.
Oh no, I
Look,
misspelled
I
instrument.
want to take this time to say, go to my channel. I finally released my first piece of music on the channel.
Yes.
It's called Nostalgia
Go
Jam.
check out
It's okay.
Go check out his music. He is fantastic.
All right.
And I plan on releasing more if I ever get off my hoobity wubbity.
He is a young talent. Go support him. Wait, Gabe says cap. Gabe, I will simply respond with a "You are incorrect." Anyway,
Fortnite.
Fortnite.
Oh my goodness, T, put your soundboard away.
Okay.
T, we're not doing this.
Fortnite.
I can smell your
Your
bullshit
soundboard
from a mile away.
It only has 2 sounds on the thing.
What's
Fortnite.
the other one? Can you play the other one for us? other than Fortnite?
Yeah. Gators,
it's
this one's for you.
Zaz, dude.
Yeah, Zaz, dude. Okay.
Okay.
Alright.
Alright.
That's okay.
I got
Marks that we are out of ideas.
later. I gotta show you guys the Fortnite meme featuring Gators 1638. All right.
So, what do you think next? Is this a good place to wrap things up?
I think
This is such a
you know what I
stupid thing.
think. I think we should have stopped before we started. I
Yeah,
think we
no,
need
true.
to erase history. I think we need to go back and T.
Oh, let's make a beautiful music
Wait.
references here that I don't think any of
Here we
you
go.
will understand.
Here we go.
But let's rewind and induce amnesia.
Shut up. Okay.
All right.
Let's
there's
do
that
this.
one.
Let's wrap up with a harmony since my quote was so lovely.
Oh.
Let's start with do re mi. Okay, who's gonna be do?
Alright, next, you have a burly, manly voice. You be the bass.
That's not true. I'm a tenor. But anyway,
I'm just gonna.
that
end
is
the
true.
damn
I am a
stream.
tenor. I'm a tenor in my chorus. Okay.
I'm an alto.
I'm a
Yeah,
person. I don't
altos
know what
always
the heck you
singing
guys
one
are-
note throughout an entire song. Freaking altos.
Somebody once told me the.
Yeah, that's exactly what it's like to be an alto. Okay.
No, you
we'll
don't get none of the fun stuff.
I get do. T gets Ray, and
Who's
and
Ray?
Kate gets me.
But
Ray,
you mean
Ray.
go, me, and so.
Sure. I don't care. Do. I'm cutting out. This will never work. Anyway, this has been a great stream, everybody.
All right. Next.
was
Thanks for coming
awful.
out.
Okay, yeah.
But we hope to have another fun guest with us.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
big things are in the works.
Yeah.
If they
yeah.
answer.
Yeah, big things are in the works, guys. We're gonna be doing Fortnite music, that Fortnite default
Oh my god.
dance. We got a piano transcription
Oh,
coming
no.
after that, and that's a promise, by the way. I fully promise
no.
that K or T will do it.
No, it's not!
You're not affiliated. Okay.
I love spreading
We
slander
are
about
not
people.
affiliated with him.
I love slandering
I've
people.
never
for
seen
no
this
reason.
dude before in my life. I don't even know his name. Right next.
Never seen him before in my life.
You're not affiliated with me.
Alright.
Incredible.
Get out of here, man. Let's get out of here. I gotta eat. I'm hungry.
All right, yeah, I'm hungry too. All right, thank you guys for.
Tune out.
See
All
ya.
right, bye, everybody. Thanks for having me.
Everyone's saying later.
Bye bye.